Okay. So we're gonna continue our second session in this class today. Uh, yeah, as usual, uh, is, we're going to check our attendance list today before we are going through the next topic. So yeah, I will try to open my attendance list and then I will call your name to make sure that you are present or not. As usual. Ouch. Okay, start from the first one. So, Norah Muhammad Sumaili, are you present or not? Norah Muhammad, are you present?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Sami Ibrahim Alaufi, are you present?
Yeah.
Next. Fahad Faisal Al Harbi, are you
Yeah,
present?
I'm present. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Fajar Abdul Mangri, are you present?
Yes, present.
Okay, thank you. Next, Bashir Muhammad, are you present?
Yes.
Thank you. Next, Anwaj Al Dosari, are you present?
Yes.
Okay. Rohaf Abdul Aziz, are you present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Next one, Salha Muhammad, are you present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Next, Lynn Helmi Al Ahmadi, are you present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. And next, Ragat Arif, are you present?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. And last one, Amal Al Malki, are you present?
Hello, yes, I'm present.
Okay, thank you so much for your attendance today. So, yeah. Wait. Okay, we're going to continue about the topic that we already talked before. There are let's see, there are some process or that product designers do while they're trying to build a product. So we already talked about research, a wireframe, and then design and prototyping, and oh, sorry, oh, we already talked about the design, and then yeah, okay, I'm going to share my windows again. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we already talked about the design itself, the process that we have to go oh, while we're trying to make a product. So yeah, and then there are some tips for making a design. We have to follow the guidelines, and then there are so many guidelines that I think we are not to talk about that right now. And then we also have to make sure that the usability and the accessibility we already have into our product. And yeah, after we reach that goal, usability and accessibility, and then we also uh, follow the guidelines, and then we can express our creativity based on what we want to make our product, what kind of design that we want to imply to our product. But yeah, without reducing anything that usually is more important, like yeah, what the solutions, and then yeah, there are some points like we have to make sure that this product is more useful and is easy to use, and then yeah, we're talking about the good point of user experience, and yeah, that's what we want. That's what we have to do while we are making a design. And next, we are going to talk about the prototyping. So, prototyping. So, we would say that prototyping is what we say is a kind of activity who we like to see the process, the progress of our product while we are trying to give the product to the users. We're going to do prototyping. So it means that uh, the product that we've already made, the design that we already made, and then we're going to do a prototyping to make sure to the developers to understand about the flow that we're going through based on the design that we made. And then uh, yeah, as we can see based on this slide, uh, the slide say that prototyping is not a must, but there are 2 points that have been added in this slide. The first one, it said that it can help us to tell the ideas to the developer. So based on prototyping basically is a design who yeah, have the interaction, the almost final product, but it's not really a final, but they already have an interaction. We can have an interaction. For example, like we already add the from the design, we already add some animations when we try to click the button or when we try to process something based on that app. We are going to focus with that design, and then when we finally doing that, and then yeah, we're going to have a feedback with the developer because yeah, they're going to make that product into a physical form or digital form. Then yeah, that's that I was saying before, that we have to think about what the developer is going to make, because we don't want to make a problem with the developer, right? I mean, we also have to think uh, how to make the products in the best way for wherever we see. Uh, I mean, based on how the design itself is really normal, or the flow, and then yeah, there are so many points that we have to tell to the developers so they can understand about what we are going to make based on this design. And also prototypings, we can use, I mean, the stakeholder can use this prototype as a tools to the test the product. So it means that, like what I said before, so we're going to do uh, see, real life interaction, or a real time or we open that app, so like a normal, so like how the user is going to use that product. So with a prototype we can visualize about what is users going to do with this our product. So based on this prototype, it can help the stakeholders to do a test before the product's release. So yeah, that was a 2 point, the main point thing for prototyping itself. And wait, the articles. And speaking about the prototyping, there are some tools that I'm not added into this slide because yeah, all we have to do is understand about the reason why prototyping is a must. But yeah, it's also said that prototyping is not a must. But yeah, we have to think twice while we are not using, while we are not doing the prototyping, because yeah, there is so much important reason why we have to do that prototype. And then it's also have some tools like when we try to for example, like when we try uh make a product like a mobile app, so there are some tools like how we make how we go how we show about the interaction from the application that we've made if we're talking about the mobile app, or how we're going to present it, the interaction when we're making the website. So we're going to talk about the prototyping tools. For example, like the physically like HTML, CSS, or GS, or yeah, there's so many tools that can make us that can help us to prototyping our product or design. And also there is some words that that make the prototype is really important is someone, so it says that it's the closest design to reality that what makes prototyping is valuable. So yeah, with the prototyping we can make or we can see about what the design is going to be. And because yeah, it said that prototyping is the closest design to the reality, to the real product that we're going to make. And that was the reason why prototyping is really valuable to do that. So yeah, that was a big reason why prototyping is really valuable. Okay, and the last one is testing and launch. So yeah, after we're finally do some iteration, like we already made the design, and then we try to make the lo-fi, and then we discuss about like with the stakeholders what we are supposed to do to make this progress, and how what kind of system that we're going to add in this app, that or what kind of uh, guidelines that we are going to follow. And then after that we we finally uh, have it accepted to the stakeholders, and then we try to make a prototype to make sure that the product that we are going to launch is really have the closest goals as we want to make the product. And then after that, we're going to share the design to the developers or software engineer, because yeah, they're going to execute the design into a real form of a product, or we would say that it was a digital product. And after that, after they're finally make that product, so they're going to test that product for to the several users. And then yeah, as we already knew that uh, they're going to ask some future user or some peoples who want to solve their problem by using our product, and then we're going to see about how they going to do with this product, how the process that they going to go while they're using our product. And then after some iteration, like I said, that when we talk about developing something or making some product, they also have an iteration step. Like we are going to have a feedback from the users itself, because yeah, users number one and everything that users need is number one. We have to change some points on the product, like a simple way as a color of the design or the system, and then we're going to redesign it again, and we try to discuss again, and blah 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 blah, and then we're going to do a testing again after several times, and then there's no feedback, there's no complaint about the product. We can launch that product to the market so everyone can use that product properly. So I would say that testing and launch is two steps that really have a relationship, because without a testing there is no launch, because yeah, we cannot launch a product without make sure our features from the product can fit to anyone, can fit to the users who needs a help with our product. So yeah, I would say that testing and launch without testing is, we cannot make that product in a good way. So yeah, that was the last step for the design process itself. And yeah, I think I've already explained about some points about the design process itself. Like when we try to recall that process, we start from the research. Start from research. Okay, we start from research that have a goals to find the information, and then we also see from the market about the competitor, and then after that we also cares about what all the information that we're going to get, because it will be a cause with our product. And then also they also cares about the competitive and value for our product. And also we also talk about the product designer itself, the skills that the product designer itself have to learn about that. It's not just UI and UX itself, and also about the business. We also have to skills to communicate our product, to advertising our product. And then yeah, we also have we do wireframing. We made into two forms like low fidelity and high fidelity. But the main point is the low fidelity one is really important because uh, in this stage we can make a discussion with stakeholder, so we can make sure that workflow is okay, the workflow of our product is okay, and then we think that our product will be worthy to anyone who needs a help based on our product, and then they can easily to access, and then our product is really usable. So, and also we talk about some uh, let's say some uh, people, I mean, or team that belongs to stakeholders like designer, product team, software engineer, and sponsor. And then we also talk about how the stakeholders collaborate each other, like they collaborate with three point. The biggest point is they focus about business, and they also focus about the technology for the future of this our features of our product. Also, we have to follow about anything that users need, so we can make the better way of our product. But we have to make sure that when we try to make the best product, we have to balance these three points. Is business one, technology, and users. Because if for example, like if the business is bigger than anyone based on this graphic, so it means that there's no sweet spot area. The sweet spot area is the most best positioned based on this graphic, because yeah, they're balancing each other. The business is okay, and we already cares about what users need, and then we also made the technologies better to apply in our product. And yeah, there will be a sweet spot area who can make a good improvement for any kind of points like business, technology, and users. And also, we talk about after we finally wireframing, we do a design, and then basically design is all about how to cook the ideas, how to cook a solution into the vis- visualize based on the design. And then there are some points, there are some tips to make a design. So you just follow the guidelines, and then you have to make sure that usability and accessibility is your main goal. Then after that, you can do whatever you want with your own product. Yeah, but yeah, based on the usability and accessibility and your reason why you make that product. So it's not just as as a free you have a freedom to make everything, because you also have to think about the main reason why you make the product. And also we talk about the prototyping. Prototyping is a must, but it's not a must. It's also not a must, but you have to think twice when you're not doing a prototyping, because prototyping it can help us to tell the ideas to the developer, and then the stakeholder can use this prototype as a tools to test the product. And then that was the reason why we have to think twice when we are not you or do a prototyping. And then with the prototyping, we can see the closest design to the reality. I mean, the real product that we're going to make, and that would makes prototyping is valuable, and that would makes prototyping is really important. And then yeah, the last one is testing and launch. So yeah, after we already got everything, and then we already make the design comes to life, we already send it to the software engineer that they try to make into uh, a digital product, and then we are going to do a testing with some other users or future users, and then we're going to get some feedbacks, and then there are some iteration after that. We're going to do some redesigning or try to change the system and then the other things. And after several times, we can finally launch our product. So yeah, that was the last point that we are talking about the design process itself. So uh, okay, I think next we're going to talk about the UI, sorry, we're going to talk about the UX design process because yeah, like I said before, that design process is a general thing when we build a product, but the UX design is a whole thing that will really focus about the user experience itself. I mean, like how we are going to do. So yeah, before we're going to the next topic, I will make a Q&A. So if you want to ask something or questions based on this topic, or you want to ask something or questions that we've already talked before and you don't really understand about the topic, you can go ahead and yeah, you can ask me and I hope I can answer your question. So yeah, you can raise your hand. You can raise your hand and then yeah, you can tell about the question. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Mrs. Lynn Al-Ahmadi.
I'm just want to ask about the mock-up. Can you describe it more?
Oh, you mean you want to know about more about the mockup itself, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you about the question. Uh, so so I would say that mockup is we would say that mockup is have a similar explanation or similar visual as a wow, high fidelity, but what mockup is almost sorry. Mockup is also cares about. Sorry, mockup is also have some interaction in it. And then, yeah, while we're trying to do a prototyping, it means that we use our mockup to do that prototyping. So yeah, I would say that mockup is almost a closest way because mockup is a design that we use on the prototyping test. So yeah, that was the answer. What do you think about that, Mrs. Lin?
Thank you. It's good.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, okay, what about the others? Are you want to ask something else? Just before we close our second session. Anyone? Or you want to ask something else that's really that still have a relation between topics that we've already learned? That's okay. You can go ahead and ask a question.
Miss Fernanda,
Yeah.
I think the wireframe and the mock-up يعني some similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say that. But we already
Maybe the mock-up, sorry, but maybe the mock-up when I will show the client what the structure of her plan when I finish.
okay.
But maybe wireframe just when I start I show him it's me, and it's just like a prototype.
Mhm.
It is meaning.
Yeah. So, like, we already knew that wireframe, we have two types of wireframe, is a low fidelity one and the high fidelity one. But the difference between them is wireframe, yeah, they have two types. So mockup is another things. So yeah, it's not like sometimes we would say that mockup have a similar with wireframe, the high fidelity one, not the wireframe itself, because wireframe have two types: the low fidelity one, and the high fidelity one. And when we try to compare the mockup with the high fidelity one, the high fidelity one is only about the design itself without the interaction in it. And then yeah, when we try to, I mean, we can use the high fidelity as a prototyping, but the problem is we cannot see about the flow that users going to while they're going to use our product. So that was the mockups come for. So mockup is like, let's just say that mockup is a high fidelity with the interaction. So and that mockups is a thing that we use at the prototyping step. So yeah, that's the answer. And what do you think about that, Mrs. Rakat Arif?
Yes, yes. Now I think the wireframe like assembly draft, maybe we say,
That's
and
right.
mock-up like advanced stage. Maybe I
Yeah.
use Photoshop, maybe like this, yeah, maybe.
That's right.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Now
Okay.
it's clear. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I think uh, it's going to, I think we're going to close our second session in this morning. And yeah, next we have a break for about 90 minutes. And yeah, also at there, we're going to do a zuhur. And here we're going to asar, we do a asar prayer. And we're going back in, wait, let me check the table. So we're going back at 1 p.m. in KSA time and 5 p.m. in Jakarta time. So yeah, thank you so much for your attention and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
عليكم السلام.